Now we're good. Fresh OJ. Levels are good.
The levels are good. Levels are good.
Yeah, the levels are good. Your levels are even better than mine. Golden Debate Show, Golden Show. Everyone about that kind. That's the only way that we shine the golden light on the darkness of the vampires. So get the word of the show out unless you like that big media plastic boat ish in the same 20 jams in a row. We're going to get in with some good clips. Golden Debate Show. Everyone about that kind. Like, comment, share, and download to Infinity.
I'm shining, son.
Fetal Vision 1, baby. Fucking get it.
Wow. Live from the region of the owner. Golden Debate Show. Hit them with it. Golden Debate Show. Wow.
So our man, 2-minute news from YouTube is back.
It's reigniting.
Officials in Iraq are reported to have organized a team of specialists that will be sent to Nigeria, where the militant group, the Boko Haram, has reportedly led a number of kidnappings and other intranational crimes. Analysts against Western-led action in any nation outside of North America are claiming that the inquiry may lead to a U.S. assault throughout the African nation, with those claims being backed up by U.S. President Barack Hussein Obama's claim that this event may be the trigger to an international offensive against the militant group. Public demand for authorities with the Saudi Arabian Health Ministry to move swiftly against the Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome is increasing as the number of victims continues to rise, with statistics showing that 1 in every 3 persons infected with the virus will likely succumb to the disease even in the presence of sophisticated medicine. As officials with the health ministry boldly claim to eradicate the disease before the country's next pilgrimage, parents of the nation are pushing authorities for the early closure of schools and colleges as cases continue to spread, with some warning that the blame will be placed on the government if their children fall ill in the presence of inaction. As reported earlier, the World Health Organization, under the recommendation of a 21-member International Health Regulations Emergency Committee, has implemented mandatory travel restrictions on the country of Afghanistan for the nation's unwillingness to adhere to Western-led immunization schedules of its citizens, a move that some say oversteps the boundaries of an independent nation's government. In response to the restrictions, health officials within Afghanistan are reportedly creating mandatory immunization stations at various border sites, including airports, where travelers will be forced to receive a live polio vaccine at the time of travel. Officials with NATO say that the North Atlantic Treaty Organization may choose to send troops into the Ukrainian battle space if conditions continue to deteriorate within the nation. Military researchers warn that Russia has nearly 40,000 troops, including advanced weaponry, stationed along the country's border with Ukraine, and that entering such an environment could lead to significant military action, including a war with the West. And to wrap things up, a worsening economy is being blamed for rising ethnic divides across China as sectarian violence within the country increases. Futures on crude oil are continuing to rise, coinciding with violence across Ukraine and indicating the likelihood of ongoing international tension. Forecasters are expecting that the U.S. economy will weaken further following the decline of China's manufacturing figures. Protests in Taiwan have caused the government to halt construction of a nuclear power plant that is over 90% completed, and a 5.9 on the West Chile rise, followed by a string of tremors in Puerto Rico, completes today's Quake Watch. And that's it for this episode of
Word, fault lines.
Shake 'em, son.
No,
So now we're going to get into the Joe Rogan Experience. Joe Rogan Experience. Pretty good podcast right here. He got his little comic buddy with him. But they break down some cool stuff. It's kind of like what would happen if it's a real-life Truman Show. And their fictional characters.
Probably.
Carl.
Yeah, most of the girls are
Manchurian candidate type
So
shit.
listen to this. It'll trip you out because it'll trip me out.
Reality TV show.
Remember the time? Yeah, sorry.
Oh, those are hilarious. It's called lying.
Yeah.
It's called lying and pimp game.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes people will fucking put things in your head and you're pretty sure they're right.
Yeah. Like, I don't remember anything. Like, sometimes people say, remember the time we did this? And me, you, and so-and-so. And I said, oh, shit. And that's happening so much to me now. Like, I know my memory is unreliable. That's what the point I'm at.
That's hilarious.
Like,
I know mine is too. Everybody's memory is unreliable. People, they morph their memories to make them more convenient for their knowledge of the past, right. Whether it's as them as a victim or as them as the winner or as them as the I didn't get my fair shake. There was some behind-the-scenes shenanigans. Meanwhile, no, it's you're a fucking idiot.
So regular memory isn't reliable.
It's terrible.
But they're going to use this machine.
Yeah, exactly. They're not ready yet. But one day they will. One day we'll be able to access each other's brains. Just like we send each other photos. Like if you were somewhere cool and you sent me a photo, I'd get it on my phone. You're going to be able to see my I'm going to be able to, put public
So I want to make my eyesight public because I'm at Yellowstone, you know, and you go public with your vision, and you show everybody else, and you can put it up on a database where people draw from. That'll be like the first step. People will share their experiences. Few people sneak in porn or them jerking off. But for the most part, people are going to share experiences, and then it'll just go to, hey, I'm Carl, I'm always on. And this motherfucker's always on, 24/7. You can watch them shit, you can watch them jerk off, you can watch them have sex, and people just start, they don't even live their life. Can't wait to get home and be Carl.
Can't wait to
Carl's out there just doing ecstasy and banging bitches, driving the fast lane. He's a fucking animal. If Carl's channel became public, everybody would want to just be inside Carl's head.
His eye channel. Yeah, you could be the hottest selling.
And people start
Inception,
complaining. Look,
inside your mind.
Nobody is living a real life anymore. Everybody's living
other
people's
pretty
lives.
much the 7 podcasts that we have, I pretty much feel like
because your
Carl's
life is boring as fuck. But you're just being Carl.
Carl.
Carl is out there balling.
he's out there, baby. So like, comment, share, and download. We
Call
balling.
shot. Boom. You just go back to regular life. That's the risk. Because then you'd have to find a new channel to subscribe to.
Right.
You know, Carl's dead. You guys gotta follow Eddie.
Your favorite TV show's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's follow Eddie, Carl's best friend.
That would be a new art form. The new art form would be living your life in a spectacular manner to which some people would want to actually give up being a real person so they could be you and experience it directly. And you will become a million people. They see through you. We're not exactly sure whether or not they influence Carl. We think that Carl is acting independently, but it is possible, if you think about it, that all those minds linked up together could form one unique and universal direction in which Carl might want to go.
Well, that's kind of like Instagram right now. That's bananas. But you're talking about the next level.
I'm taking it to the next level, son.
Because if Carl realizes he gets a lot of views when he's doing
going
threesomes,
yeah,
then he's going to do more threesomes. Of
course.
And if he gets a lot of views when he realizes that he's on a plane or in a jacuzzi or just, he's
going
to do more of that.
Look, when a guy gets recognized for being a big fat guy and like gets famous for being a fat guy, have you ever seen one of those guys talk to their agents? And the agents will tell you, I've seen it happen with my own eyes. Don't lose weight, man. If you lose weight, you're going to lose roles.
Right.
Why is that? Because they've locked on to the idea of you as the fat guy.
Right.
They just decide. They decide. We'll just keep this going. Don't fuck this up. You willing to
literal gravy train?
People, they just keep eating, so they'll stay fat and funny. If you told the fat guy, like, hey, dude, people love eating, and if I just need you to just go fucking crazy. If you just eat a lot, bro, all day, people are gonna just be you. There's a lot of fat people. They're skinny in real life, but they could live like a fat guy through you, and we can make money. Skechers is in on this. Skechers wants to sponsor your eating show. I mean, you get some guy who just all day he drinks fucking vodka and he eats subs. It's just meatball subs, chicken parm, all day. So people subscribe just so they can experience what it's like to be fucked up drunk with a chicken parmesan sub, greasy meatballs and sausage and pepper. Shit they're not allowed to eat anymore in their actual
drunk
body.
Life. Follow Carl's drunk life.
Follow that, and every now and then Carl will go to a massage parlor and get jerked off, and but you can't tell your wife about that. Like, Carl's doing some crazy shit. What's he doing? He ate like 3 sandwiches. Yeah, you beat Carl, and you don't even tell everybody about Carl getting jerked off. He's eating a sub while he's getting jerked off. The kid's a maniac.
I like this, Carl.
That's the next level shit, man. That's what's going to happen. People are saying the kids are wasting their lives, right? They're just wasting their lives sitting there watching TV, not even out there doing anything.
No! This don't make no sense to everybody.
Right.
TV is like the smoke signals of entertainment. I mean, it's beautiful for us, but so was a smoke signal when you didn't know where the fuck the camp was. Where is everybody?
Golden smoke signals.
There's where the fuck I can find them. That's a life
share and download.
Her affair with President Clinton.
Let's get into this next clip.
A new article
right here to talk about Monica Lewinsky. Got a new article talk about she's going to burn the jet down. It's time to burn the beret, bury the
beret. I myself deeply regret what
that's what I'm fucking talking about,
eBay. Let me say it again.
You should be eating right now because the Clintons are.
Deeply regret what happened. If you don't understand, you get it. She deeply regrets it. Okay. So now this happened in the mid-90s. Some people, who are in the mid-20s barely remember this, but this was an enormous event. It led to the impeachment in the House of President Clinton. It was a big deal. It kind of started vicious war between the Republicans and the Democrats.
Let's
just
vote.
like gloves off.
Different type of war.
Yeah.
It was incredibly personal.
He's a jackass.
And there were absolutely no limits.
Yeah, and so this is what brought Clinton down, even though it didn't ultimately remove him from office because the Senate didn't act on it. In one of the more interesting quotes in this article, Lewinsky says this in response to correspondence made public in February between Hillary Clinton and her close friend Diane Blair. She says this: Mrs. Clinton, I read, had supposedly confided to Diane Blair that in part she blamed herself for her husband's affair by being emotionally neglectful and seemed to forgive him. Although she regarded Bill as having engaged in gross, inappropriate behavior, the affair was nonetheless consensual. So she's saying that between the two of them, they agreed it was okay. And she's calling him Bill, by the way, still. So that's...
Do we have any indication of how, or if they are still in touch? Is that at all publicly available?
No.
Yeah.
If they were, they probably wouldn't be publicly available.
Right.
But the news there is that she's saying that the affair itself, which people did speculate but never were sure, she said that it was consensual between President and Mrs. Clinton.
Right, that they had an agreement or arrangement essentially to allow this to happen.
Right.
Which is completely contrary to the picture that they painted at the time. They essentially painted Monica Lewinsky as a lascivious, like money-hungry, power-hungry woman who was.
So this next clip,
people used to use some pretty insane
put a
stuff to
jokey
cure
twist
illnesses.
on it, but this is some
Let's
real
talk
life
about
remedies
that.
from back in the ancient times, son. Go Mythical Morning on earlymoneymob.com. So it's good morning all the way around, even though it ain't
Good
morning
mythical
time
morning.
right now.
You should be
Follow
thankful.
the journey.
Mythical
So yeah,
Beast,
some crazy
I am
shit,
thankful.
like-
if you are receiving this program,
Ketchup for hangovers.
on your internet, that means you probably live in a society where you've got access to relatively advanced or super advanced healthcare. As you look throughout the past, people used to do crazy stuff to try to cure people of all kinds of different illnesses. Remedies. And there's a recent book that came out. It's called How to Cure the Plague and Other Curious Remedies by Julian Walker. And
Good old Julian.
basically, this is a book that catalogs a bunch of crazy ways that people used to treat different illnesses.
Okay.
Not saying any of these necessarily worked, but they were accepted remedies. Now we're going to play a little game, Link. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read out some from the book and some from my own mind.
Okay.
Remedies. And you're going to guess whether or not these were actually thought of as remedies in the past or whether they aren't.
Not whether they were effective.
Not whether they were
but
effective.
whether they were real.
They were thought to be actual remedies.
Okay. Can they play along at home?
They can. And
what can they win?
Well, they can't win anything, but you, my friend.
What are you doing?
I'm transforming. I don't really, I don't like to get into costume because it's kind of cheesy sometimes. But I'm going to be reading some old-time remedies, and I wanted it to be believable and maybe throw you a curveball a little bit. Do I look like an old-time medicine man? I kind of feel like I might be. Do you like my voice? Because I'll use this voice.
Yeah, this is great.
This will be the voice that I'll use.
This is great. I'll
Okay.
have a nightmare about this tonight.
And if you get 7 out of 10, I'll give you a tincture that I've made.
A what?
A tincture. I've got it in my wagon.
A what?
A tincture.
I don't know what that is.
A tincture. It's for your eyes. It'll help you see.
A tincture?
A tincture without glasses.
What is a tincture?
You just play along and you'll get to find out maybe if you're good at this game.
Okay.
Here's the first remedy. I use my regular voice in between.
Good.
This is my regular voice.
Yes. Hold the beard down when you use your regular voice.
Take 1 handful of groundsel, 12 heads of house leek, 1 pint of goose dung, as much chicken's dung, of the newest that can be gotten. Stamp the herbs as small as you can, then put the dung into a mortar, labor them together half an hour, and strain it through a canvas bag. It'll last 2 years. And this will treat anyone that is burned with gunpowder or otherwise.
So a gunshot burn, put goose poop on it.
Or
and
chicken
poop.
A little bit of both.
I would say this is a real remedy.
You are correct. Good job, son. That's true.
I figure you started off with a true one.
I did. Good thinking. You're smart.
Yep.
Smarter than you look.
Yeah.
I'll just keep using this voice.
No.
You like it?
Pull the beard down, use your regular voice.
Okay. Good job. Great one. I made that. That was real.
Great. I got that.
I don't know about this next one, though.
All right. Me neither. It's probably false. Go ahead.
Fungus, bunions, and other foot ailments. Combine in a stone cauldron over a moderate flame the leaves of wormwood, the remnants of any root vegetables left from prior suppers past, pig innards, unclean and fresh milk acquired from a related swine. Stir with wooden paddle for several hours until a thick film develops upon surface. Begin to soak feet in concoction for no less than half an hour.
Ooh, soak your feet for fungus in pig innards, the film on top of pig innards and pig milk?
And some pig milk from a related swine. That's a swine that's related to the one you killed for the innards.
That's... I'm going to say real remedy on this one, too. Right. Yeah, lose the beard for a second. Okay.
The old man did this.
These White House Correspondents' dinners are
so here's Uncle Adam and Uncle John, No Agenda Show.
Self-deprecating. I thought the president did a poor job of making fun
White
of himself.
House Correspondents' dinner once the president has every year where he kind of has like a little funny ha-ha roast.
He really went after everybody else.
Let me play a few clips that are not from the event, but about the event that C-SPAN, which does a great job. I don't know if you also saw the walk-in when they came in.
Yes, that's the red carpet, of course.
Douchebags. There's two. They showed just for hours. They show just people mingling.
Yeah.
Which is it's very valuable.
I think that is the best reality television on television today.
I'm totally with you on that. Then they have these idiots coming through on the red carpet posing. Yeah. So you see Eric Holderman with his wife, and he's smiling for the camera, and he's doing the twist, and he moves sideways, and then
doesn't his wife look scary? I mean, not like ugly or anything, but she looks. Just
looks mean-spirited.
She looks mean-spirited, exactly.
Yes, she does.
She does. And like she'll eat your head off.
And that idiot Sharpton comes in, and he's
running around like who can I blackmail today?
Jobs and
pestering people.
Let's vote for jobs.
It was like, oh crap, they're Sharpton hide.
Jackass. And then there was some blonde that they kept shooting lots of pictures of. She's kind of a wide bottom woman, very kind of attractive, but. Who was she? I mean, there's a bunch of these,
Wait a minute. There was one woman on the dais who had her breasts were as big as my head.
Oh, that's the one from Urban Radio.
No. That was the black one. There was a white one in like a silver, in like a glitter ball dress.
She right.
I say this every single year. We make the mistake. You and I should get the live stream going. Okay, next year if we're still alive. Next year. We need to live stream commentary.
Yeah, like science fiction theater 3000. We'll be just
yes.
We'll talk over. Look at that. What is she? Why is she dressed? Oh, look who it is.
Exactly, and I'll do commentary about the outfits.
Yeah, you can do that.
Mm-hmm. We could probably. Now I'm mad. We should have done that, man. Oh, we're so stupid.
Well, we always get caught off guard, and it's a lot of work.
No, it's not. We just turn the stream on and watch television and talk. It's not a lot of work at all. It's easy. Next time. We'll do it next time.
Let's play a couple of clips here. All right.
Two different stories.
Let's see. Let's start with the one this is one of my favorite ones. I thought this was the term here is telling. And this is the clip that's the drinking club clip. This is very interesting. CD drinking.
Yeah, okay, I just got to get into your naming here. Here we go.
And as you know, this dinner has grown exponentially in size. About 2,600 people now. Obviously, our main celebrity is the President of the United States. Very kind and gracious. Has come every year since 1981.
And you're talking about just how large it's gotten. How has the dinner changed and evolved over the years?
Well, a number of ways. One, there's no smoking at the dinner. I was just talking to the three or four of the most senior waiters at the Hilton who've been waiting on the head table for about 40 or 45 years. And I asked them the same thing. And so one of the key things is there's no smoking. The drinking has changed. Reporters used to drink many bottles of scotch, whiskey at every table. Now it's a lot less drinking, more wine, and as waiters tell me, a lot of fruit-flavored drinks.
What? So this is what's wrong with
fruit-flavored drink. They're not drinking anymore.
They're not drinking anymore.
Yeah, this is bad.
So pretty much all I have to say is Putin's probably at fault for everything.
Putin! Gotta blame somebody.
Like, comment, share, and download Golden Show, Golden Debate Show.
Straight golden.
The numbers off the charts.
Golden.
So here I'm going to, after this little shenanigans, I'm going to play some of the
ladies and gentlemen, the President's
press correspondence dinner, where my man, you know, he's a vamp and all, but he is funny as fuck, and he's a very smooth talker.
Thank you.
And here he gets it again.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Everybody, please have a seat. Have a seat. Before I get started, can we get the new presidential setup out here? It's worked before. That's more like it. It is great to be back. What a year, huh? I usually start these dinners with a few self-deprecating jokes. After my stellar 2013, what could I possibly talk about? I admit it. Last year was rough. Sheesh. At one point, things got so bad, the 47% called Mitt Romney to apologize. Of course, we rolled out healthcare.gov. That could have gone better. In 2008, my slogan was, yes, we can. In 2013, my slogan was, Control, Alt, Delete. On the plus side, they did turn the launch of healthcare.gov into one of the year's biggest movies. But rather than dwell on the past, I would like to pivot to this dinner. Let's welcome our headliner this evening, Joel McHale. On Community, Joel plays a preening, self-obsessed narcissist. So this dinner must be a real change of pace for you. I want to thank the White House Correspondents Association for hosting us here tonight. I am happy to be here, even though I am a little jet-lagged from my trip to Malaysia. The lengths we have to go to get CNN coverage these days.
Down there in one of those catacombs. There's other guys that they look like. I don't know. This don't make no sense to everybody.
I think they're still searching for their table. MSNBC is here.
Golden.
They're a little overwhelmed. They've never seen an audience this big before.
Liquid gold.
But look, everybody is trying to keep up with this incredibly fast-changing media landscape. For example, I got a lot of grief on cable news for promoting Obamacare to young people on Between Two Ferns. But that's what young people like to watch. And to be fair, I am not the first person on television between two potted plants.
Jobs, jobs, and jobs. Let's vote for jobs.
He's a jackass. Sometimes I do feel disrespected by you reporters, but that's okay. Seattle Seahawk cornerback Richard Sherman is here tonight, and he gave me some great tips on how to handle it. Jay Tapper, don't you ever talk about me like that. I'm the best president in the game. What do you think, Richard? Was that good? A little more feeling next time? While we're talking sports, just last month, a wonderful story. An American won the Boston Marathon for the first time in 30 years. Which was inspiring and only fair since a Kenyan has been president for the last 6.
Turn camera. Mark. 102, take 1. With overlap, action please.
2 different stories.
Action awesome, please.
Just do anything?
No, it's sorry, cut. Yeah, rolling. 102, take 2.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson.
102, take 3. Action, please.
I don't got none, everybody. I know you don't. We up out of here, though. Hopefully we get the reveal. The clips and the knowledge is what's there. Open minds, not empty ones. Stay golden. GoldenDebateShow.com, GoldenShow, and Golden Debate Show. Like, comment, share, download to your eyeballs. Follow the heads or something, please. So I feel enough good clips to kind of cover the show. I have nothing else really fancy to add. Except for we'll see you Saturday, everybody.
Sayonara. Like, comment, share, and download. Golden Debate Show, Golden Show.
The fans are always going to have a good time with it, so you should have a good time with it. Yeah, Golden Reel this Saturday. We got to bump out 2 shows. We're kind of behind on
Double
that.
Decker.
So we'll be getting it in, and you should get in
Word.
too.
It's a 2-part movie for you people.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through any emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments.
The ghost of the darkness has come. He's here. Thanks for listening to The Golden Show. All
spin those haikus over there.
Out of the host, guests, and sources, and it's only to keep free thought alive. Golden Show, earlymorninglive.com.
We shining.
Yeah, what are you talking about? 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 All that talking like this, like that, all day in your hood. Golden shows, golden roads, strobe lights, laser lights. Look at my gold, shut up tonight. Apple shit, one morning, don't put up. No, he said, we're talking like this, talking like that. We're talking. Golden Debate Show, Golden Debate Show, Golden Debate Show. We like this, we're talking hood, draw the line. MC better talk with big chat. You know we're coming out the best. Golden Show, golden robes, golden boss, golden scrolls.